Christian knocked out the ball and you recovered, right?
Yes, sir.
I remember last year the team was at the top or near the top in turnovers. Um, Obviously, got a few in the last game, or a few big plays for sure, like the Baker tackle. But specifically about turnovers, how do you feel the emphasis has been and the success rate last year and compared to this year?
I think the emphasis is still there. It's still a goal of the defense every week. We strive to get turnovers. Just got to keep working it and keep getting better. And when the opportunity presents itself, make the most of it.
A follow-up would be, what role did you feel turnovers played in the tremendous success that the defense had overall last season?
It always, I mean, it helps. It just helps the ebbs and flows of the game. You shut the offense down, you get a turnover, that's no score. That's a huge play. And just got to keep working to get those plays and get more of them.
At any point, did you consider picking that ball up and trying to go back the other way?
No. I didn't know who was around. I just knew the ball's on the ground. I want to make sure I covered it up and get the ball back to the offense.
I wanted to ask you about leadership. You've been here now 3 seasons, so you've seen the ebbs and flows. Well, actually, you showed up late.
Yeah.
I think they were winning when you showed up. You were here for the 0-7 start. How much are leaders responsible for stepping up and speaking up to not have all the burden on the coaching staff for what's going on?
Yeah, the coach is going to do so much, and they're doing all they can to coach us and motivate us and do that. But at the end of the day, it comes down to the peers in the locker room, the leaders in the locker room, and we just got to make sure we step up and really focus on what we need to focus the task at hand each week. And we got to keep just toning in on that.
I'm curious because Flores and the coaches say, we practice well every week, and then it doesn't translate to the game. What is the disconnect?
Yeah, I think we just got to keep our heads together and keep working together as a team, and just focus on that. And I think that's what we need to come together and start turning this around.
Zach, if I can go back to the fumble recovery real quick, did anybody give you a hard time on the sideline for not trying to just pick it up and run with it?
Not during the game. I know as soon as I got to the locker room, my fiance called me and asked me why I didn't pick it up. Other than that, no. She was getting after me.
Different topic. How would you describe the mood of the players this week?
I think we've had good energy. I think we came back from London, obviously. I think we bounced back from that good. The guys are getting sleep, and we're starting to come back and just adapt to this time zone again. And then I think it's been a good week of energy and practice.
How challenging is it to have a week right after have a game right after the London game?
I think the biggest thing is getting back on your schedule. I know for me, like, my eating schedule is all messed up. Just forcing myself to wake up when I usually would have woken up beforehand, and not sleeping in and not staying up late, I guess, how that works out, yeah.
Zach, back to Christian on that big play in the game.
Yeah.
It seems like he's been progressing every year so far in his career. What have you seen from him this year that makes him more productive in his 3rd season?
Yeah, he definitely he's worked on his technique a lot. I'm sure you guys see that and see how his progression is just with his hands, his feet, and his vision, and reading the offense and the players. That's something I think has been a huge thing for him this year. He's been doing really well at.
You guys work on that together in practice?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we do. We work different techniques all the time.
Was Clark a guy who worked with you some individually last year, or was that not his focus to help some of the line play with pass rush moves and things? Who helped you, when you got here?
Well, when I first got here, it was Marion Hobby. He was here, and then last year was Hobby and Clark. And it was really 50-50. They both gave their input and gave their technique and kind of helped coach us, and they did a great job together.
I guess I was just curious about Clark.
Yeah.
What about him sort of is help, what about his approach is helpful to the guys?
He does a really good job of explaining techniques and what exactly he wants. There's not a lot of gray area. If you see this is how he wants it, point blank. He's very good at that, and he's very good at getting to different players and teaching the different players how different players play. Because obviously every guy plays different. I'm going to play different than Raekwon, and Raekwon's going to play different than Christian, and so forth.
I looked it up. I think the Dolphins were 2-1 in the 3 games you played at the end of the 19th season. I think it was 3 games.
Okay.
Is that right? Sound right?
3 games. Oh yeah, 3 games.
What do you remember about the team you joined at the end of the season there?
Yeah, I think just coming together as a team and really working on the team camaraderie. I know we had that last year, and I think we're getting that this year.